Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the Great Puckatini, and what I got for you today is we're going to do a player breakdown here of Stephen Souls Jr. Now, Stephen Souls Jr. is transferring to us from Kentucky, and man, he's a pass rusher. I'm going to tell you, last season he graded out as a 90 on a pass rush grade through all the season, a 90 grade, which is elite. Very good grade, of course. And we're going to break him down here, and watching him play and just thinking about, like Bobby Petrino talking about how, he always wanted his quarterback to outplay the other team's quarterback. And then, you hear Kurt Signetti, the head coach of Indiana, University of Indiana, talking about their defense, talks about tackles for losses, getting after the quarterback, pressuring the quarterback. And that's here what Stephen Souls Jr. does, man. He is a pass rush specialist. I think he's like 6'2", 235. I think he also could play some inside linebacker for us if we need him to. But definitely, he's going to be coming in, pass rush specialist, get after that quarterback. And that's what we need, man. We need a lot of that. We need to get better at that. I think Stephen Souls Jr. here really will help us do that. So let's check him out and see what we're getting here. All right, let me see. Right there. All right, here we go. I'm going to move me back down here. All right, so Stephen Souls Jr., we did add him in a transfer portal. I think January the 7th is when he signed with us. He's a linebacker slash edge, defensive end, pass rush specialist. He's 6'2", 235, and that's really good size for an inside linebacker. Now, all the stuff I saw him at Kentucky, which he was just a specialist. He only played, I think, 184 plays last season. But, man, that's good size where you can play some inside linebacker, too. But anyway, he's transferring to us from Kentucky. His hometown is Powell, Tennessee. He does wear number 35, and he is a junior this season for us. I believe he'll have 2 years left, maybe more. But, it's hard to figure all that out, man, all these rules they have. But anyway, let's check him out. Let's keep breaking. Well, shoot, I keep hitting my picture there. All right, here we go. Transfer portal rankings. Now, 247 is where I get most of my rankings from. As a transfer, they had him a 3-star with 86, which is a good ranking, man. 86 is good. Overall transfer rank, he was 541st overall player in the portal. As far as linebackers, they rated him number 35th. Now, I'm not sure if that includes edge rushers or just linebackers, but he's the 35th best linebacker in the portal, which is really good. His high school, coming out of high school, I always like to look at that too, just because maybe where he's at right now, these players, they're not living up to their potential. See the potential they had coming out of high school, and that shows you what they still could do. But he was a 3-star with 86 rating, still kind of the same. Edge rank coming out of high school is the 71st edge player in the country, and in the state of Tennessee, he was ranked the 38th best player coming out as a senior there in Tennessee. So he's kept his really good rankings. So that's very good. Now, that means he's got a lot of experience. He's got 2 years of experience playing in the SEC already. That's super important. This is not a high school guy that you hope can come in and compete. He can. All right, now here's his physical profile versus the NFL prototype. And I do this because if you're in the SEC, you're playing against future NFL players, and you got to have certain height and weight and speeds to play to be really good. And let's check Stephen Souls out. Stephen Souls Jr., I should say. Now, so he's 6'2", 235, and I see what I found on the internet is that he runs around a 4.7 40. Some of these draft profiles, I don't know if he has run that or that was just kind of what they're thinking he would run. Now, the NFL prototype for an edge for a defensive end is 6'4", 266. They run about a 4.7 40. Now, clearly you see Souls is smaller than that, but, like I say, the guy gets after the quarterback. He's got good production. I'll talk about his production here in a little bit. So, if they can produce, if he's already produced at the SEC level, I'm okay with it. He is a little bit undersized, but he is there just to probably rush the passer. Now, I think you could work with maybe putting him at inside linebacker as well. The guy has a great motor. He looks to be like he could play some inside linebacker. That's a good size for inside backer, really good. A little bit, but anyway, yeah, pretty good size. So, he is definitely smaller than that NFL prototype for an edge pass rusher, but with his production, I'm okay with it. All right, now here's his PFF grades, and so a defensive grade, he graded out as 78 overall on defense, so that's really good, man. And then run defense is a 73, pass rush grade of 90. Now his tackle grade was 53. He didn't have very many tackles on the season, but he really was coming in to rush the passer. And I think that's about all he played there for him. The plays I saw him in, it was pretty much obvious passing situations. I think he only had 8 tackles on the season, something like that. So, not going to be real good there. Coverage grade was a 49. He didn't cover much. Every time I saw him, he was getting after the quarterback, And the key takeaway here from his grades, I put here at the bottom, is that he's an elite pass rush specialist whose biggest impact comes attacking quarterbacks. And that's very important. You got to get after that quarterback, just like Bobby Petrino and Kurt Signetti there to Indiana, would say. And those are two very winning coaches, have won a lot of games. And I listen when they talk, for sure. Now, here's the production I was talking about like this past season at Kentucky. He had 21 total pressures, and that was only out of like 100. Yeah, I put down here at the bottom. Out of 184 plays, he had 21 pressures, which included 6 sacks, which is really good. I don't know if we had anybody on our whole defense that had 6 sacks last season. I know Quincy Rhodes had some. He may have had more than that. I honestly can't remember. I should have looked that up, compared it, but I didn't do it. And he also forced 2 fumbles. I love that. Causing turnovers, man. If you can win the turnover battle every week, you're going to win a lot of those games. I can promise you, for sure. And you see Stephen Souls Jr. helps us do both those. Helps us get after that quarterback, and then he can force turnovers as well. And I think those 6 sacks will go up. Here later I'll tell you what I kind of project him to be, but I think it'll go up for sure. So Stephen Souls Jr. here, he creates turnovers and consistent quarterback disruption, and that's what we need, man. Need a lot of that going on there. When I watch him on film and just look at his stats and everything, his grades, I see an elite pass rusher. He has an elite pass rush grade of 90. He has consistent quarterback pressure. He has turnover ability, which is very important. He has those 2 forced fumbles. He has experience against SEC competition, 2 years of SEC competition. So he's producing at the SEC level. He's not doing that at a lower level or in high school. He's pretty much a proven commodity. You know what you're getting here with Souls Jr. And he has a really good motor. In the clip I'm going to show you, he comes through and really he shows you how he plays hard, and he's going to get to that quarterback. He's working hard, getting to the quarterback, and you'll see that in that clip I show you here in just a minute. Now, his Arkansas defensive fit, how is he going to fit? It's hard to say this when I don't know what Ron Roberts, our defense coordinator, is going to do. We have a lot of new players, but what I know for sure, I know, is he's going to be a situational pass rusher for sure. And, to the point where you can maybe move Quincy Rhodes and some of those other defensive ends, move them to defensive tackle maybe, and have him be that outside rusher, put 4 really good pass rushers in there. He's going to be a third down edge package, when we know it's passing situations. I'm sure he's going to have a role in that, rushing a quarterback. He could be a stand-up rush linebacker if you're looking to go to 3-4 defense, 3 front, something like that. Or sometimes the way these teams do is 4-2-5 is a lot of times your 2 defensive ends are like outside backers. They're smaller guys, so he could do it there too. Could be a blitz specialist, of course. He lined up in the slot some. I never actually saw him do it, but I know on PFF I saw where they had him lining up in the slot a few times. So maybe he can do that as well. He's expected. I'm expecting him to increase Arkansas's pressure rate for sure. I think he's going to come out and really help us. I sure do hope so. I think he will. He's shown that he can do that, and I think he'll keep doing it. All right, here's a ceiling projection, which what I think he can be his tops, best case scenario. He'll be a top situational pass rusher for Arkansas. And by that, I mean I think he can have anywhere from 7 to 9 sacks and turnover creator off the edge, getting some turnovers for us, maybe some strip sacks, forcing fumbles. And I put too that he could play some inside linebacker. I've mentioned that already. He has really good size to do that, although I've never seen him do it. Now, in PFF, they didn't have him lining up as a linebacker. Just had him on the D line and outside the offensive tackle, was where he lined up mostly, a couple times in the slot. And I think he could be a top special teams player. At 6'2", 235, he played on kickoff team for Kentucky, so I think he definitely could help us in special teams as well. So he can do a lot of good things for us, and I think he's a really good pickup for us. My final evaluation is that he's an elite pass rush player, proven SEC pressure guy. He's done it at Kentucky there, and a high impact rotational defender. When he comes in, he's making a high impact when he comes into play. He'll be fresh legs, and a special teams contributor there. So, a lot of good stuff. Players, you need players that can get after that quarterback and have the skill set that he has. You need that. So, really good pickup here. Really excited about it. All right, I think I'm ready to show you the clip I have of him. I have my little cat here, my assistant, just decided to jump in my lap here. But anyway, she'll probably claw the fire at me here in a minute. She may crawl up on my shoulder. You may get to see her. So anyway, here is the play I'm going to show you. And this is Stephen Souls Jr. right here. And you see they're in like a, kind of a 4 front. I guess he's an end here. And he's going to tackle. He's going to take a good, hard inside route here. And you'll see he almost gets knocked down in here, but he keeps going and ends up, I think he gets a sack. I believe he does. But you'll see here, I mean, he can come off that edge. He's in that sprinter stance. He's ready to go. And he's ready to come flying off there. And it shows you a little bit about his motor and what he can do. So let's look here. I'm going to hit this play button right here. Maybe let me do it. Oh, okay. Is it coming? No, right now. Here we go. Here it's coming. All right, here he is right here. Hard inside move. Keep coming, keep coming. Boom. He's a sack right there. So really good play right there. You can see him. Here she is right here, my assistant. I'm going to put her down there. But anyway, you can see him right here. He's falling down, but he's going to keep playing. He's going to get this sack here, and that shows you got a really good motor, really good player, man. I really like that. We need players like that. You need players that are going to play hard. If nothing else, a lot of times last season, when, just wasn't playing good, but you'd see the defense, a lot of times the guys just act like wouldn't give them some effort. I hate that. You want guys that are going to give effort every play. It's like Kurt Signetti said, you play every snap like it's, it don't matter the score, don't matter anything. You come out and you play the best, the hardest you can for that 6 seconds. And I think Stephen Souls Jr. will do that. And when you got 11 guys doing that at one time, good things happen. So I really like this guy, good pickup. Arkansas coaches did a good job of getting him, and I think he's going to pay off dividends for us. I really do. So even though he is a little bit undersized, I think he's going to come in and be a good player for us. But anyway, guys, that's all I got. I sure do appreciate you spending time with me and checking my video out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. Please subscribe to my channel and then click that notification bell. That lets you know when I make a new video. And I try to do one every day. I have all the high school players that we've signed to have longer videos on them. I'm able to show longer videos and I break it down. And then I'm working on all the transfer portal guys, getting video breakdowns on them. So, if you like that, if you want to see what Arkansas is getting next year, if you're like me, you want to see film of them, you want to watch them, see them play, then come check them out. All you got to do is search for it on my channel, and you'll find some video of them. And if you don't, respond to one of my videos and tell me, and I'll make one on them for sure. So I love doing that, and I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned here a little bit about Stephen Souls Jr. And I just thank you so much for watching. Thanks for spending a little time with me, and hope you have a great day or a great evening whenever you're watching this. And as always, boy, I'm getting clawed right now. As always, as always, go Hogs. Where's my clicker at here? All right, as always, go Hogs.